Coach, when the schedule came out, you had to look at this 3-game stretch with San Diego State, Fresno State, and Air Force and kind of circle it and know that it was going to kind of define your season, right? How does it feel to be 3-0 coming out of that stretch?
Yeah, I mean, every game in this conference is a battle. I mean, every week it demands your best, but week to week in this conference, you go on the road, you play at home, it doesn't matter. I mean, it's tough games. And this was a stretch. The bye week fell in a good spot right there within this stretch. I mean, we're very grateful for that. We're grateful for the work we were able to get last week, like we spoke about at the beginning of this week. Some of that stuff showed up in this game. There are things that as we continue to build into the next week, we've got to continue to get better at. But overall, just really proud of the team, the coaches, and everybody involved. I mean, this is not an easy place to come play. To play the way we did, to have the fortitude we did, to be in the fight as a whole team, for the team to be backing each other up. That's what it takes to come into a place like this and be 1-0.
Given where you were a month ago, I mean, what does it say about this team to be 4-0 in conference play right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's again, everything we do is for them. Everything we do is, from a growth standpoint, for them as young men, for them as students, for them as players. Everything we do, all the decisions we put in, all our efforts, and then they put that same effort back in, as we can see. And that's where we're really lucky. We got unbelievable young men on this team. Again, we just, everybody gets to see them on game day, and only what they do on the field in between the paint. But we got a team that really cares about each other, that will do things for each other, not just on the football field.
Andy, when you get in a game like this, how unbelievably valuable is it to have a guy like Jonah Domus?
Yeah, when his number got called today, he was on point. The possessions are typically pretty limited in games like this. So every possession you're on defense, you're trying to steal a possession, get the ball back. Get the ball back in the offense's hands. And then every time, it's critical that you get points on the board. And you get down in the red zone, yeah, we want to be more productive down there in terms of getting the ball in the end zone and things like that. But again, every week we're going against really good defenses for the last couple of weeks, and it's a lot harder to get it done, and so we'll find ways where, as we've done in the open field, we'll continue to find ways that we can use our personnel down there to be more effective in terms of getting touchdowns.
Look at how good your defense was all game, but there after that penalty with the 2 7s out there, for them to lock back in and get the 4th down stop and keep them out of the end zone there. What's it say about your defense?
Next play mentality. And I said, that's on us. That's on me. That's on me. Let's go next play mentality. And that is 100% on me. We'll make sure that we get that squared away. But they didn't flinch. They didn't flinch one bit. And again, that's the way, each and every week, there's a lot that goes into it in the preparation, so that you can cut it loose and play off your instincts. And there was a lot of work that went into this week for that defense. Again, not just on the field, but film study. It's not just this week either. It's, it's spring ball, it's summertime, it's fall camp, and then you get into the season and you see the new things they're doing with that's not even triple option, that then you've got to prepare for within the week. So you got to always have your base down of what you're going to do, so that you can adjust throughout the week of what they're actually doing, that year.
At what point did you know George wasn't going to be able to play tonight?
Next question.
You mentioned the defense. In the first quarter, I think it was 12 plays, -4 yards or something. Sometimes, usually, they get off to a fast start. I think they're one of the best first quarter teams in the country. What does it say that they get off to the fast start on defense and get the lead?
Well, BJ, that was a huge emphasis. We didn't do that last year, right? We didn't start fast enough in the first quarter. And this team, you cannot get behind schedule on. And that was the biggest emphasis. The speed of the game, right? We always say how much faster it is from practice. You try to simulate the best we can. And I'm going to give a huge shout out right now to the scout team O-line and the scout team. Obviously, you saw the players on defense and the speed and how we were able to start. That's because of the young men behind the scenes that helped their brothers get ready, which was a critical factor in this game.
With no George, and it looked like Ashton was gone in the second half.
Yeah.
How much were you guys there tested at running back? And we saw Caden Dudley get a carry there.
Next man up. We've been getting them ready, and it's football, so things come up. In the upcoming weeks, we'll hopefully be back to full strength here pretty soon. But it's an opportunity. These guys train year-round. They practice, they lift, and all that. And when they get their opportunity to go, we got to make the most of it. And so, yeah, there definitely was a need for those guys.
It seems like Elion Noah has a knack for stretching runs and finding that cutback lane. Is that kind of what makes him fit in this offensive scheme so well?
Yeah, I would say that the offensive coaches and myself, we feel really good about his feel for this offense, the run game within. And I'll tell you, for a guy to jump into this program as late as he is, too, he's got such a high football IQ that he's able to pick up the protections. He's played a lot of football. That's the benefit of a guy that's played a lot of football, is that he understands protections. It's learning a new language, and that's why he's been able to have an impact. He hasn't practiced, not as much as, in games as we saw today with the need. That's why he got to play more, but he's been a huge impact on special teams as well.
With Talon, what did you think how Talon played? And obviously he didn't run a ton, but when you needed him there on that big third down in the last minute, he got what he needed.
Yeah, you know what? Early on there, whatever that was, the second play that got called back, that was a big-time play by him. That's what he's capable of doing, getting ourselves in those situations. Defenses, we got really good defensive coaches in this league. We got really good defensive players. They're not just going to let Talon pull the ball and run. Like it is a lot of work to create those opportunities for Talon, but when obviously it opens up other things. Some of the things that we worked on in the bye week, in the pass game, we saw him be more free in the passing game, letting it rip. There were some. Even on the drive there that ended up with the interception, those were two really good plays back to back. The guy from Air Force just made a really good tackle, on Steph and knocked the ball out. But those were two really, really good plays that show, his progress and where we got to keep going.
You guys emphasized eyes so much coming into this game. I mean, how do you think your defense played with their eyes?
Yeah, I mean the discipline it takes to not only react when the play starts, but they're moving their formations a lot more this year. They are lining up in a lot more formations. So even within that, seeing all these different personnels, I mean, there's extra tackles in the game. There's tight ends. There's two backs in the game, moving in and out. So it's getting the personnel, it's seeing formations. And then when that ball snapped, you got to be elite with your eyes, and you got to be committed to doing your job over and over again for the sake of the defense. And the guys did an unbelievable job with that today.
How excited are you guys to get home? Back-to-back home games now.
We're gonna need to get back and get some rest tomorrow. Again, this was a really, really physical game, and we're gonna enjoy what we accomplished tonight, and then we're going to need to get our guys some good rest, and then get ready to get ourselves prepared for the next opportunity. But we're going to enjoy this thing tonight because it's not easy to come here and do what we did tonight. Very proud of the team, very proud of the coaches, and this is something we can continue to build off of. Thank you, guys.